So this morning's class is called Find the Balance, and it's all about finding that ability to push and then pause. So knowing when to go a bit more and knowing when to pause. So we need that sthira, sukha, that strength and that softness in pretty much most things we do. So there'll be a little bit of this like movement and then pause and then movement and pause. But in short, we're just going to be getting into lots of different areas of the body. So come down onto your back. Think about the back of the neck being long, shoulder blades open, sacrum resting heavily into the mat. And just take a moment or two to start to connect into your body this morning. Connecting to your breath. Maybe it's the first time you've come to pay any attention to what's going on in your body. Notice any tightness or tension that you might be holding on to as you breathe. And use your breath to move that tension or tightness in your body away. And then take a moment to notice what's going on in your mind this morning. Non-judgment, but just observing what's coming up for you. And just notice if you've got any unwanted thoughts, negative thoughts that you want to get rid of. And just let them go on your next exhale. You can visualize popping them on a cloud and just letting that cloud float past your eyes, detaching yourself from those thoughts. You're not your thoughts. Giving you yourself this space to be fully present, fully connected. Last breath here, then we're going to take our hands to our thighs, pushing into the tops of our thighs, rooting down through the feet. You want your hips, knees, ankles, big toes in a line, so the whole legs are parallel, and then peel your bum up, coming into this low bridge. From here, we're going to start to slowly pulse, so the hands are still on the thighs, giving you a little bit of feedback as you lift and lower. Make sure you're rooting into your big toes. And really think about keeping those legs parallel, so activating. If you've got a block, you can put a block between the thighs or a cushion or something, so that you're really activating your inner thigh as well. Little lift and lowers, little pulses, starting to heat up that bum. Take the right hand to the sky, pull back on the right fingers. I got really badly stung a few days ago, so I'm a bit special. This right wrist isn't working so well. So if you see me throughout the class doing stuff where I'm not on one hand, just ignore it. Swap hands, pull the left fingers back with the right hand, really spread open through the fingers. Spread the thumb. Again, keep that pulsing going. Hopefully the heat's starting to build. Keep thinking about the ribs drawing down and in. Tailbone slightly tucking towards the back of the knees. Then bring your hands to fists and start to circle in those wrist joints. Mobilizing into the wrists this morning. And then we're going to do jazz hands. So big stars, tight fists. And let's go really fast as you're pulsing. Warming up those forearms. So big stars, tight fists. Okay, really quick. Let's go 3, 2, 1. And then shake off the hands, roll upper back, middle back, lower back, down to the mat. Make sure your sacrum's resting heavily. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head, elbows frame the face, moving on to our abdominals. Oh, excuse me. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Low belly pulls down and back. Really watch that pelvis doesn't tip back, so you want to really be pulling down and back into the mat. Inhale, slowly come down. Exhale, we lift. We're going to hover our knees. So one knee, then the other. Really pull into the center line. Inhale here. And come down. Good. Exhale, we lift. Left leg extends to about
45 degrees. Keep that little gap in the base of the spine, but don't let the pelvis roll forwards. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Right leg extends, reach through that right toe. Really feel like you're extending that leg out of the hip socket. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Left leg extends, twist right. Keep those elbows hugging. It's a small movement, moving from the breastbone back to center. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Right leg extends, push the head back into the hands. Twist 2 inches to the left. Hug those abdominals down and back to center. Rebend the knee, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Left leg extends, twist right. The left hand is going to come to the top of the right thigh. Push that right thigh away and pull down into the mat. And this is spicy. Back to center, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Right leg extends, twist left, right hand on the top of the left thigh. Push it away without letting it move. So you're pushing the hand into the thigh. Connect to that deep abdominal. Back to center, inhale, come down. Whew. Just bring your knees over your hips and give them a little, so give that little sacrum a massage on the mat, and then you're going to rock and roll up on the mat. So do a couple of rock and rolls and then come on over onto all fours. So we're in our quadruped position. We're going to take our hands off to the right of the mat. Left hand sits on top. Sit back towards that left bum cheek, so, or the left heel. So you'll really get your hands as far away as you can. So you're creating this length in the body. Really push into the mat as you sit your bum back. So you're creating these opposing forces. Come off that left hand over, right hand back, sit back to that right glute. Again, really create that opposition of forces. So you're pushing down as much as you're pulling back. So you're finding it's opening through the length of the right of the body. Back to center, hands over to the right, left hand back, sit back. Good, really breathe. Really actively push down into the floor. The forearms off the floor, over to the left, sit back to the right, breathe, push into the mat. Big, full, expansive ribs moving outwards, so full lungs, good. Come back, and then from here we're going to sit on our feet. So your toes are tucked, so this might feel really painful for some of you. Go easy on it, try and sit with it, but if it gets to the point of excruciating, come off them. So we're going to be taking our arms forwards, interlacing them, rounding like a little bit of a sort of a cat stretch, and then taking them back, small back bend, and then flying them forwards, round, really reach those hands away from you, and then forwards, extending in the back, round, arms back, good, opening through the chest, last one, reach those fingers away, and open back, good. Still on the toes, right hand or right fingertips touch the floor, lift that left arm up and over so you really get into that left side body. Keep pushing through the toes. You want to think about pushing this left hip down, left hand down, right arm up and over, breathe. Notice again, maybe if you sit a lot, this could feel quite sticky. Really reach through those fingers. You're breathing up into these right ribs. Good, right hand down, left arm up and over, breathe. Big full breath, so you're finding that kind of moment of pause to expand the lungs. Good, right arm up and over, breathe. Good, come off the toes, so you're going to be untucking the tops of the feet, hands to the mat, and then you're going to be pushing into the tops of the feet, releasing the knees. Lift the knees and push into the tops of the toes, so you're really getting into those, basically stretching through the front of the toes. It can feel quite painful, so go to the point that it feels okay for you. Lift and lower, and then 2 more, lift, really push into those toes. Try to keep the toes pushing evenly so there's not like a roll out. It's very easy to roll out because it can feel super intense. Good, come off that, give your toes maybe a little bit of a wiggle, and then come down into dolphin. So interlace your hands, forearms on the mat. It's quite warm, let me take this off. Forearms on the mat, release the neck, tuck the toes, lift up and back. So lengthen the spine, really hug the ribs in. You want to find you're not sinking into the shoulders, you're pushing out of the mat. Then you take the left leg long, left heel to the bum, circle 3 times in that hip joint. So create a circle which pulls, you're pulling the thigh kind of towards the chest, taking it out to the side, lifting it back into extension, and then go 3 times the other way. If this feels too much, just hold dolphin and breathe into that dolphin. Good. Left foot down, right leg back, right heel to bum. Pull that right knee in towards the chest, take it out. You should feel this is like getting into every little nook and cranny in that ginormous hip joint. Good, and then go the other way. Breathe, keep lifting out of the mat. It's kind of challenging to get your leg round. Good, and then bring the foot down. Come down, take a little child's pose, little fingers pushing into the mat. Breathe into those back ribs, feel that back rib expansion. Taking a moment to pause. In and out through the nose. Back lungs expand to the top, to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, come and stand at the top of the mat. Think about soft knees, feet parallel, arms forwards and up. Elevate through the fingertips, hinge back, lengthen the spine, plant the hands on the blocks. If you've got blocks, bring them to the floor. Left foot back, lower the left knee. Keep the back toe tucked. We're going to roll the shoulders. Really lift up and back, stabilizing through this right glute, pushing through that. The more you push through the back toe, the more you'll feel it in this front thigh. Good. Hands to the mat. Step back plank, zip up through the front line of the body. Really think about squeezing the bum, setting the shoulders on the back body. If you need to be in half plank, be here. But think about the integrity and the integration. Good. From here, if you haven't already, lower your knees and then slowly lower, elbows hugging the body as you lower to the mat. Good. Baby cobra. Pull the chest through, squeeze the bum. Really think about the shoulders coming away. Release, tuck the toes, lift up and back. Down dog, walk the feet in, have a little pedal. Good. And then from here, lower the knees. Left foot steps forwards. Right toe is tucked. Squeeze this right bum cheek, make sure it's working. And then roll the shoulders. Energetically drag this front foot back so it kind of feels like everything's integrating into the pelvis. Breathe. And then hands to the mat, back foot steps in, lengthen the spine, have a little wiggle, come up to stand. Nice. Gonna move on to our first sequence. So we're gonna be doing like a hinge sweep. So our arms come up and then we sit back as they fly backwards and then you come up. So you're hinging in those hips, moving the arms as well. So arms up, hinge back. Really sit back into that bum. Good. Nice. Let's do 2 more. Good. And then from here we hinge, plant the hands, left foot steps back. Left hand lands. If you need a block, bring your hands onto a block to give yourself a bit more height. Squeeze this left bum cheek. Note I'm not dropping this left hip, okay? So the left hip, and you want to create enough space so you've got space in this right hip joint. Right arm reaches. So you're in a twisted crescent, so you're opening through the chest. And then bring the right hand down, step back, step the left foot forwards, bring the left arm up, squeeze that right bum cheek, pull that right shoulder away from the ear. Breathe, release the neck. Good. Left hand down, step back, right foot forwards, left hand down, right arm up, squeeze that left bum cheek. Good. Try not to let that knee splay out on the right and try not to kind of take the gaze to the hand. Good. Right hand down, left foot forward, left arm up, just getting a bit of rotation in the body. Squeeze that bum so the hips want to stay, the pelvis wants to stay level, we want to be rotating in our body. Good. Left foot back, right foot forwards, lower the left knee, you're in your 90-90 Hands behind the head so the elbows are out wide. We're going to inhale here, squeeze that left bum cheek, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, rotate. So we're just rotating in the upper body. Good. Nice, 2 more. Back to center, last one. Nice, and then from here, we're going to do a slight back bend, so really lift up and out of the pelvis. You want to squeeze your bum and lift up and out. We're not just dumping forwards, so the pelvis doesn't move, but you get that slight back bend and then round forwards, elbows hugging around the face as you round down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. So again, mobilizing through the spine. Nice. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, open up. Squeeze that left bum cheek. Exhale, round. Nice. Left hand's going to come down. Right hand's going to come down. And you're going to just have a little adductor rock. So your right foot is on the floor. You can let your hands come a little lower if that feels good, but you want to feel this in your sort of right groin. Good. And then from here, left hand down, right leg is going to go to the back of the mat, hover, right arm up, and you're just going to pause. Options to rotate, backstroke this front, so this top arm, the right arm, but I want you to really think about stabilizing. So this left shoulder's hugging down the back, squeeze this left bum cheek to stabilize. Good. And then right foot steps to the top of the mat. Come up to stand. You're going to cross this left foot behind the right foot, and then you're going to take your hands out to the right. So you get a little kind of like hip stretch, but also kind of side body stretch. Really reach those fingertips as far away as possible. Breathe. Knees can be slightly bent, and then swap sides. Right behind left. Hands over to the left. Sit back into those hips. Nice, breathe. Good, uncross, come up to stand, we'll do the other side. So soft knees, feet parallel, arms sweep forwards, sit back into that hinge. Lift up, use your glutes to squeeze you up and drive through the feet. Good, so you're hinging rather than the knees coming forwards, the bum is going back. Good, 2 more. Use your inhale and exhale, good, and then we hinge. Hands to the mat, right foot steps back. Again, if you need your block to give you some height, you're in a twisted, going to come to a twisted crescent. So left arm up, pull that right shoulder away from the ear. Squeeze the right bum cheek, don't let it drop. Good. Left hand down, left foot steps back, right foot steps forwards. Right arm up, twist the other way. Squeeze the left bum cheek. Drop the neck, breathe, really land through this left hand. Good. Right foot steps back, left foot steps forwards. So we're just moving between the two. Again, the blocks are great for creating space. Left foot back, right foot forwards, right arm up. Good. Breathe, pull this left shoulder away from the ear. Last one, right foot back, left foot forwards. You're going to lower the right knee. Bring those hands, wiggle the left foot out just a smidge. Bring the hands inside the left foot. And then you're just going to slightly rock, driving that left foot into the floor. Think about length in the spine. If you want to come down a little bit, so the arms are slightly, elbows are slightly bending, getting into that inner groin. Good. Often a place that can get super tight. And then from here, right hand down, left. So you want your hand to be flat if possible. Right, pull the right shoulder away from the ear, left leg lifts. Left arm up to the sky, and then options as we pause in this position just to backstroke that top arm. Breathe, squeeze that right bum cheek, try not to look up at the hand. If anything, let the gaze go down so that you're not putting too much stress on your neck against gravity. Good, and then left foot steps forwards, right foot crosses behind. You take the hands out to the left this time, stretching. So breathe, really sit into that outer hip, drive through the floor again, and then uncross. Left behind right, hands over to the right. Again, reach those fingertips, keep trying to get a little extra millimeter with every breath. Good. And then come back to the top. Good. Right, we're going to do similar but adding on a little bit. So feet parallel, left foot steps back, you're coming to high lunge, and then we're going to do that kind of hinge again, so hinge sweep, so arms up, and then you're going to come down as you kind of lower your knee. Lift up, come down. So you're lifting up, come down, lift up, down. My knees, whoop, not tapping the floor, but you can tap. Gives it a bit more challenge if you don't. Whoops. Arms up, you're going to rotate that back foot, land so you come to warrior two variation. Right arm on the thigh, pull that right shoulder away from the ear, reach through those left fingertips, breathe. Find a moment just to pause here. Pause in this position and see what's having to activate, what's having to work quite hard to hold you here. Good. From here, side lunge to the left. You're going to place the right hand down, try and get the, I can't really wait there, so try and get that whole hand flat on the floor in the centre of your legs as you sit over to the left. Left arm up so you're rotating in the spine. Left hand down, right arm up, sit into the right thigh, side lunging, get into the adductors. Right hand down, left arm up, really breathe, push into the feet. Left hand down, right arm up, pull that left shoulder away from the ear, you're really stabilising through the shoulder. Right hand down, left arm up, last one each side, good. And then left hand down, right arm up, breathe. And then from here we're going to bring our feet so that they're in goddess, so they're coming slightly outwards. So you want to make sure that your leg rotation is what dictates where the toes go. You don't want to overturn the toes and find that your knees don't get there. So turn the leg out and then the toes should fit where the knees are. Come down into this goddess, so you get into your thighs and into your bum, hands interlace behind the head. Inhale here, exhale, rotate to the right, back to center, to the left. So you're sitting as low as you can into that bum. Rotate, notice where you feel any limitations. Use your breath. Nice. Whew. Last one each side, right, left. Good, and then parallel the feet, interlace the hands behind the head, behind the back, sorry. The feet, whoop, socks on a wooden floor. Pull those hands down to the shoulders. You're squeezing your bum and you're lifting up and out of your pelvis. Slight back bend and then round forwards as your bum goes back. Lifting those arms to the sky, the feet are parallel and you're really sitting into the bum as you lift the arms up. Come up again, I'll show you side on. Squeeze, so don't push the hips too far forwards. Engage the glutes, pull down, lift up and out of the pelvis and then round forwards, the bum goes back. Lift those arms to the sky, breathe, nice. And then from here, you're gonna come back, so rotate back to the top of the mat. Left hand is gonna be down. You're gonna take the right foot on top of the left foot, or it can come just in front, and you're gonna hold a full side plank. If this feels too much, just go back to your other plank, okay? Oops, nice. And then right foot steps to the top, left foot steps to the top, come back, and let's do the other side. Nice. So, feet parallel, soft knees, right foot steps back to your high lunge, come onto your back toes, make sure that back knee is bent, so I'm not pushing down and tilting. My pelvis is nice and neutral and I need that back knee to bend to get that position. And then we're going to sweep the arms up, sweep them down as you lower that knee, lift up, so drive up as whoop. Notice which side feels more or less balanced. Good. 2 more. Nice. Woo. Good. Last one. Good. Lift up and then land that back foot. Left arm comes down onto the thigh. Warrior two variation. Back to our moment of pause. Breathe. Reach through those right fingertips. Really feel this all the way in to your right side body. Driving equal weight through the feet. And then from here we side lunge to the right. So sit into the right thigh first, left hand down, right arm up. Breathe, pull that left shoulder away from the ear. You're getting a rotation in the upper body. Right hand down into the left thigh, left arm up. Left hand down, right arm up. Good, keep breathing. Right hand down, left arm up. Breathe. Last one each side, right arm up, left hand down, sit into that right thigh. Come over to the left, this should feel nice in the groin if you're tight, good. And then rotate back to the top of the mat. You're going to step the right, so you want your right hand down. You're in a side plank, so left arm up. Again, ignore this right hand of mine. You want it flat on the floor if possible. Breathe, pull this right shoulder away from the ear. Engage the glutes, nice. And then when you're ready, step to the top of the mat. Have a little wiggle, come up to stand, nice.